Hey everyone, it's Chrisi and welcome back to Coffee with Chrisi. Left my mug in the car, but we're going to chat about that quickly. But before we do, you have to meet. We're in the middle, obviously, on site of a gorgeous garden. So let's have Katie tell us how we got here, a little bit about her business, Columbus Foodscapes. Tell us about you.
Yes. Hi everyone. Like Chrisi said, my name is Katie. I am the owner and founder of Columbus Foodscapes. I started Columbus Foodscapes last year during COVID after seeing so many of my friends and family and community members really be interested in learning how to grow food, right? Felt like the year that everyone was kind of stuck inside and everybody wanted to be outside. And I just felt so inspired because I have been a farmer and a gardener, and I'm a master gardener in Ohio, and I'm also a master farmer. I had all of this experience working on so many different projects, and I realized with my friends and family that I could really help them learn how to grow their own food. And that's kind of where the business was born. It was just feeling really inspired by seeing people, like giving people the opportunity to do that in their own backyards and feeling really empowered to do so.
You said a lot of phenomenal things. So first of all, you started last year.
That's right.
Absolutely. So in the midst of a worldwide pandemic, you started a new venture, and this is phenomenal. So we have to be standing. Where are we standing? This is one of your clients, right?
This is one of my clients' gardens. This is one of the first gardens that we installed this year. It includes 5 raised beds. There's going to be another raised bed actually right where the camera is very soon.
Okay.
And this was a custom built project. So, Gabe is the name of my client. They were in his backyard.
Everyone, I'm excited for you to meet Gabe. Gabe has allowed us into his space out here today, and he'll tell us a little bit about your experience with Columbus Foodscapes and what it's been like and how you found Katie.
Met Katie through mutual friends, and it was actually really cool because I said that I was trying to set up a garden. She said, hey, I love helping people set up gardens. She's an extra gardener, so she knows a lot about gardening in Ohio, which is also a whole new thing that is new for me. So you can see there's all sorts of things that are growing and thriving over here. So a whole bunch of other tomatoes and greens over here as well.
So you are going to have a salad coming up here pretty shortly.
Lots of salads, yes.
Excellent. Would you have been able to have known what to have done on your own a month ago to make it look like this?
You know, I had an initial plan that I walked through with Katie, and she actually said, like, oh, if you want to do this is the wrong time or season or place to grow it. So she actually helped me to refine my plan a lot, and is actually one of the big reasons that this is doing as well as it is.
So she's transformed what's going to be on your table here shortly.
Well, yeah, I mean, she's like an expert. She knows what she's doing, and she loves to share that with other people, and so that's what I needed.
Kudos. Thank you so much. Gabe has given us another reason for you all to give Katie. So if you have any questions, again, we've given you the name and number. Reach out or send her a message.
That's how it started.
So you said that you are a master gardener. What does that mean? Because I'm the opposite of master gardener. So let's just be real. What does that mean?
Yeah, I can tell you a little bit about it. So I'll also tell you about some of my other experience, just so it kind of gives some context. So
Absolutely.
I've been working on urban farms, rural farms, large urban gardening projects for the better part of like 6 years on and off. And then just these last couple years, I finally got certified as an Ohio Master Gardener Volunteer.
Okay.
So basically it's a year-long program that you go through, and it's a combination of like research and like classroom education combined with hands-on volunteering experience, over 50 hours actually, in projects around Ohio. And then I'm also a certified Ohio Master Farmer, which focuses specifically on farming techniques in Central Ohio.
So with all of that knowledge, is it safe to assume that you can take somebody who is challenged between what is a weed and what do you really want to be growing, and you can help them effectively create a beautiful space?
Absolutely. And even though I have like all of these, this experience and I can rattle it all off, really like my favorite thing to work with, my favorite people to work with are people who think that they have a black thumb. Because anybody who thinks they're like, oh my God, I only kill houseplants. Yeah, if you're somebody who you always kill houseplants and you don't know what you're doing, like that's what I'm here for, that's what I'm here for. So I work with people in their own homes, no matter what scale they have, whether they have, just a little potted garden that they want to grow some herbs and some lettuces and some greens, or whether they have, a bunch of raised beds and they really want to focus on growing as much food as possible. Like I work with everybody in between. and especially beginners who just really want to get their green thumb growing.
Perfect. So as far as the space that you would need to be able to help them is if they could even have just one bed versus acres,
Yeah.
you can help just about anyone in that sense.
That's right. One of the biggest misconceptions of growing food is that you need all of this space, right? And it just isn't true. There are so many ways to do it. If you have, decent sun exposure, if you even have just a little patio, like I've done gardens for people who, as long as they like their patio and their tiny little apartment has a south-facing window, like you can grow all of your own herbs and you don't have to buy herbs again. You know what I mean? Like it's just, you really have an opportunity to grow a ton of food, even if it's in a small space.
So what I'm hearing then is whether you are in downtown Columbus, whether you're Clintonville, Worthington moving up, or if you're out in Delaware County or one of the other outlying counties, that's who needs to call you. It doesn't matter where they are.
Right. Yes.
So do you travel anywhere in Central Ohio?
I do. I travel anywhere in Central Ohio and in Franklin County. There is a small fee for those who live outside of Franklin County. So I've done some projects in Pataskala and Delaware. There's a transit fee, but other than that, I'll pretty much meet anybody because I don't know. It's about the people, not the place.
Sure. So once you get the garden designed, you find out their needs, it gets set up, you've built the beds. Can they call you and get a consultation and figure out what to do for the next season, or do you check back in with them?
Yeah, that's right. So I also offer other services other than just designing and building gardens, right? So after the garden is designed and it's built, I also do things like garden coaching. So, we can meet once a month and cover things like how to grow a tomato and how to prune a tomato and what's the difference between, a weed and a seedling and how do you tell the difference? How do you thin your carrots? One of the hardest things for new gardeners to get over is that they don't know what they don't know. And so a lot of people, like maybe yourself, like you don't know that you have to prune tomatoes or you don't know that you have to thin carrots. And so it's really like, it's a special service because, I'm meeting you in your garden. We're talking very specifically about what's going on in your space. So it is very highly customized. It's not something that you're going to find like in a YouTube video.
No, not at all. So we actually, this was our exact example just a little bit ago, was pruning tomatoes. I literally thought that means like you take it off and it's red and you're done. So we have some work to do together. Absolutely, bring me up to speed. Katie, this is an absolutely wonderful idea. I love your ingenuity and love supporting local. So anything else that you would love everybody out there to know about Columbus Foodscapes?
Yeah, I would just say, even if you're somebody who you think you can't grow anything or if you're feeling nervous about starting, just reach out. There's not going to be any harm in it. All of my clients start with a personalized one-on-one consultation where we talk about what you're interested in, what kind of design you're looking for. And again, it's from very small scale to a few pots all the way up to large scale gardens. So even if you're feeling nervous about starting or, even if it's something that you've been thinking about for a long time and you're really excited, but you just need to take that leap, like give me a call, reach out to me on my website because this is really my favorite thing to do and it will definitely make it amazing for you.
And you know what, you mentioned your website. As I was reading through it, two things that really jumped out to me I thought were pretty amazing that we definitely want everyone to know about is number one is organic. So the materials that you use are safe for anyone down to 2 years old, if I remember correctly.
That's right. So my principle the guiding principle in gardens is I don't use anything in my gardens that a 2-year-old couldn't safely swallow accidentally, right? So
Perfect.
It's really important for us to take care the growing food, everybody knows that food is very connected to our health. And so for me, it's very important to bring that principle into our gardens, into our gardening.
Yep. And with Homes by Chrisi, or our coffee chat here, it's all about local businesses.
Yeah.
So that was another point that I loved, as you did mention, that you source your materials locally, right?
Right. I'm very careful about sourcing my materials locally and about supporting local businesses, local growers, local nurseries, all of that kind of stuff. It's very important for me to do that. I would also say, speaking of supporting locally, I grew up in Columbus. When I graduated high school, I traveled all over the world. I was farming and gardening for a long time all over the world. And I just kept coming back to Columbus. There's something really special about this place, isn't there?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a hub for so many types of businesses and cultures and diversity. It's a fabulous place to be.
It's amazing. I love it.
It is. So, Katie, you mentioned your website. Can you tell everybody where to find you?
Yes, absolutely. So the website is Columbus Foodscapes. Foodscape is spelled like landscape, but it's with the word food instead. So columbusfoodscapes.com. I'm also on Instagram, Columbus Foodscapes, and on Facebook as well. And the best way to get in touch with me is via our website. We have, obviously an email, contact forms, all that kind of stuff. You can also just buy a consultation directly on there if you want to get the process started right away. And you can also DM me on Facebook and Instagram.
Amazing. Hey, it was fabulous. Guys, we are out here in this great space today. It was so much fun. I have a lot of studying to do and learning from my new friend Katie. But in the meantime, please hop on our website, go out, check her out, learn a little bit more, and invite her over for a consultation so if you're like me, your black thumb can become green. But anyway, thanks so much for being with us today.
Thanks so much for inviting me, Chrisi. It was great to see you.
Absolutely. Remember, rain, shine, sleet, or snow, I'm your realtor. Let's go. This is a beautifully designed tattoo here. What do you have?
This is a beet.
Okay.
I'm a farmer. I'm a gardener. I love food. So eventually I'll do a whole sleeve of vegetable tattoos. Some people call me crazy, but I don't know. When you know you're calling, you want to get a tattoo of your body. So
why did you choose a beet? Is there meaning behind that?
Yeah, one of my favorite authors, Tom Robbins, writes about beets in his books. But I love the beet because it is earthy. It is a little ambiguous. A lot of people don't know how to use it. But like I said, it is one of many. So I'm getting more vegetable and fruit tattoos very soon. So keep it in.
Bye, guys.